It seems like this world is designed to make us feel powerless. All these situations that we've been in, all the little events that happen in our life, it made us feel powerless. Growing up and dealing with bullying and dealing with teasing and dealing with just not being able to fit in. And when you go through years of that, when you go through years of isolation, it does something to your mind. It really does. And after a while, man, you feel powerless. You feel powerless to change your situation. You feel powerless to try to make new friends because you've been burned. Every time you try to make new friends, they end up betraying you or stabbing you in the back or talking behind your back. And you don't want to be around people like that. You never want to be around people that smile in your face but talk behind your back, because those are dangerous people. Those are evil people. Those are people that if you're hanging off a cliff in Mount Everest, they'll let you just fall into the ice abyss. So you can't trust people like that. But notice this pattern in life where you feel powerless. You're working at a job that it makes you feel powerless. You have a boss that they think they know it all when they're just a manager at a low paying 9 to 5. You have coworkers that it's like they're consistent to be resistant, meaning that they're consistent to just be a resistance to your life. To just You're trying to have peace at your job, you're trying to just do your job and go home, and they're there they're not there to work, they're there to gossip and cause problems and cause tragedies and stuff. And it's brutal. And then you have to feel like you're not wanted all the time. Everywhere you go, people make it known that they don't like you and they don't want you there. They don't want you in their space, or they don't want you anywhere near them, but you're forced to be there. And if you had it your way, you wouldn't want to be near those people anyway, even talk to them at all. This life has a way of making you feel powerless. When you want that girl that you always wanted and she doesn't want nothing to do with you, it chips away at your confidence. When you go years through that, it's one thing if you get rejected by a girl a couple of times in your lifetime, or you get rejected every now and then or whatever. But if you consistently and persistently get rejected every single freaking time, that chips away at your confidence and it makes you feel powerless. So you just stop trying to approach girls altogether. It's like, what's the point of trying to approach somebody? You see a girl at a coffee shop and you want to talk to her, but you know how you look like and you know your history of not really getting women. Like, you know that these girls don't like you. You know that this girl doesn't want nothing to do with you already based on the preliminary events that happened in your life. So you don't even try and you feel powerless. And what makes it worse is when you have people that try to compare you, right? Like, let's say you have an older brother and your older brother's doing well in life. I mean, he has his shit together. He has a car. He just got married or whatever. And then people look at you and like you're still trapped in your neat cave, you're watching your anime, you're playing your video games. You're trying to cope. You're not trying to be a part of the world because the world it's disingenuous and it's evil. And you want to stay away from all that negative energy, and you don't want to be loose farmed by the demiurge. So you want to stay away from all that. But after a while, you start to feel powerless because people make you feel powerless. People make you feel small. People make you feel like you'll never accomplish anything, especially when they talk about you and they always do it all the time. Then you realize that in this world, you go to random places with strangers you never even met before, and they try to put you down. It's brutal. It's like random strangers that you don't even know. They try to put you down. They try to make you feel bad about yourself, right? And you have a whole world that's designed to try to break you. That's designed to try to take away your innovation and your creativity that you have as a divine being that has the ability, or should have the ability, to create whatever they want to create. But because of the limits in this world, and because of how this world is designed, and how we are forced to do things that we don't want to do, we feel powerless. How can you feel strong? How can you feel like a real man when you know that if this boss yells at you, there isn't much you can do? You may argue or run your mouth a little bit, but you can't really go that far. And like when this boss or when this person disrespects you, you can't really put hands on them because of the laws and all that, and because of this, that, and the third, and it makes you feel powerless because in that moment you feel like this person has disrespected me. This person, like this boss, raised their voice at me, and they don't raise their voice at anybody else. But when it comes to me, they kind of change their attitude. They raise their voice. They talk to me like I'm dumb. They don't talk to me with any type of intelligence or anything. But when they see that cute girl at the job or your coworker who's more respectable, they talk to them like in some sort of like reverence, especially if it's a Chad or a Tyrone or a Becky, Stacy, or an Ashley or a Lauren or a Sarah. When you have like people like that at your as co-workers, like normies that actually like look decent and they get treated better than you start to feel powerless, man. You feel powerless in your life. You've never really had a real girl in your life. How can you feel powerful? You've never really had those experiences that make you a man, that make you confident in yourself. You've never had those experiences. The only real experiences you really had is just going to work every day and paying bills. That's not life. Life is not all about paying bills, but yet here we are. They've designed life to be it's all about paying bills, and it's all about forgetting your dreams and quote unquote growing up. And when you grow up, you find out that growing up is just being a servant to the system forever. And it breaks you. You feel powerless. Like, how can you feel powerful when there's wars going on that you can't stop? You have gas that's increasing. You have rent that's increasing. You have everything getting more expensive, and you feel powerless because the money that you're making is just not. It's just not keeping up, and it's designed that way. And when you learn that there could be, or there is really, there's beings from another dimension that dictates pretty much everything going wrong in your life, it makes you feel powerless even more. It's like, well, what's the point of even trying? Because I know that, let's say if I could meet if there was a millionaire down the street that's willing to help me, this being or these things are going to orchestrate so that we'll never meet. Or if we do meet, something bad will happen, so that way they don't even want to mess with me. Right? It's like there's always something that makes you feel powerless in this world. You could be minding your business. You could be in your little neat cave, in your neat room, in your neat base, and you could be minding your business, right? And then all of a sudden you get that knock on your door. Boom, 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 but not the regular knock. The boom, boom, the banging knock. Or if you go downstairs, late at night and you think no one's down there and your dad's down there, you're like, oh shit. He's like, hey, have you found a job yet? You still looking for a job, right? You heard me find a job, blah, blah, blah. It's like, damn, you just want to go downstairs real quick, put something in the microwave, and go back into your room before anybody sees you like a ghost at Skinwalker Ranch. But somebody had to catch you and tell you about a job again. And then you get reminded how much of a loser that they perceive you as. And then you have those thoughts that come into your mind and you're like, damn, I ain't nothing. I'm not good enough. I'll never be this. I'll never be that. I'm such a loser. Why do I even exist? And then you start having those thoughts of Satuku. And then and that happened basically just because you seen your dad told you to get a job. And those thoughts come and they persist and they attack you. And you're like, damn, man, what the fuck? I just want to get something to eat. Now I'm being loosed. Now my soul is on a low vibrational frequency. And now I don't even want to try now. Because, like, what's the freaking point? Even if I do get a job, even if I do get this and that, I'm still at the bottom. It's not like I'm going to get a job and be a millionaire. Then once you get that one job, you need 2 jobs or 3 jobs. And then when you get an apartment, they want to make sure you make 4 times or 10 times the damn rent. It's like, what the fuck? How come not just having one point of view is more than enough for getting a job? How come you need like 10 times worth of rent just to pay for the first month and the back month and this month? It's like, come on. And then like the 1-bedroom apartment is like $2,000 a month. Then you gotta get somebody to sign for you. You get somebody to do this for you. You get somebody, it's like, damn. And if you don't got nobody to sign for you or somebody to do this for you with good credit or whatever, they don't want to give it to you. And it's like, wow. And then if you try to go to the woods and make a cabin, cut down a tree and make a triangle in the forest, the government says you go owe them taxes or you can't build it because it's federal land. So it's like there's no escape from this. You feel powerless in this world. This world is designed to make you feel powerless, man. How can you feel powerful if you never had experiences that make you powerful? When you have people that don't defend you, that's one thing that I really want to talk about is like not having backup in this situation, not having nobody who really has your back. People that really can hold you down, not having somebody that's saying, "Hey, bro, you ain't got nowhere to live. Hey, man, come live with me, bro." Until you get on your feet, man. Oh, man, you trying to build up this? Or you trying to make your music? Oh, man, that's cool, bro. Let's see what we can work out, man. Because I want you to make it in music or whatever, bro. Oh yeah, my homie got a free studio you can use too, bro. Like you don't have nobody there that can really help you out, or somebody that's willing to give you a chance. Oh man, I know this good job that's hiring, bro. Like it's pretty simple too, bro. All you gotta do is, hey man, hey, I'll take you there Monday. Just come with me. Wake up early, just come with me, bro, and I'll take you there. You pretty much guaranteed the job, bro. You don't even have to do the interview, really, man. Just go in there and just, oh, you got your resume? Oh, let's make a quick little resume. That's just for formalities, bro. You pretty much got the job, man. We good. And somebody that can help you out your situation, or somebody that can, sympathize with you at least, because I know a lot of us were unattractive. We don't look the best, and that's why our life is a mess. Our life is only a mess because we don't look the best. We don't have the looks. We don't have the connections. We don't have anybody that really cares about us in our life. When we have people that, like, when people attack us, we got people that are defending the attackers. They're not trying to defend us. And we're the ones that are being, harassed. We're the ones that are being targeted. We're the ones that everywhere we go, people seem to want to pick on us and want to try to belittle us everywhere we go. So we need assistance. We need somebody, but then we're not going to get that. So it makes me question who really created this realm and why. You can't tell me that this is not a hell realm that's designed to break us, that's designed to make us feel small. Remember in the Bible what that God said, you are nothing but dust on the ground. And that's the biggest lie. The Hylics and the NPCs are dust on the ground, but us that come from the pleroma, we have the divine spark inside of us. We are eternally gods, right? And the demiurge doesn't want us to realize that. So it puts us in positions where we think that only of the flesh. We don't think of the spirit. We think of the flesh. We think of, okay, I got to focus on, I got to get this car. I got to get this house. I got to get this. I got to look this. I got to buy this. All the pleasures of the flesh are all the things of the flesh, never of the spirit. And that's why the demiurge likes to say that all humans ain't nothing. You're nothing but the dust on the ground. Like, is that how a good loving father talks about his children, saying that they're nothing but dust from the ground, and dust that they came from the ground is dust, and dust they'll go back to? Or does that sound like a jealous, evil manipulator? Somebody that's twisted, sick, and sadistic. Somebody that knows what they did was wrong. They know what they did was wrong because they were planning evil. They wouldn't have done it if it wasn't wrong. They did it because they knew it was wrong, and then they try to act like you're the one that started it, like you're the one that's the bad guy. When they took it upon themselves to create a universe, to create the quote unquote heavens, the moon, the stars, and all that. And then when people start realizing, hey, this is a soul trap. Why the hell do I have to wake up every day and do the same crap? I gotta wake up every day and go to this 9-to-5 job and then pay bills, and it's never enough. I keep gotta going through things. People in my family pass away. I don't have enough money. I don't have a girl. I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my time. I'm losing everything. I'm losing bits and pieces of my soul that made me unique in the first place. Why is this going on? Why? Then you start to question the shit. And you start to realize that, hey, this is an orchestrated, coordinated plan. This is not something that happened on accident. People or beings, they plotted this. They thought about this. They planned together. They came together in secret and plotted against you. And then when it came to light, what they did, they tried to lie and cover it up and say, oh, no, we didn't do it. No, we didn't. But it's like, yes, you did. I mean, look at the spirit of neutralization. Look at the spirit of neutralization, meaning that we live once and then we get neutralized after our body starts to fall apart after a certain amount of years. Is that normal to you? How is that normal that your body starts to break apart piece by piece as you grow older? Shouldn't you grow older and grow stronger? Right? But instead you grow older and you grow weaker. Like you reach your zenith, like you reach your pinnacle and you reach your zenith at like your 20s, maybe your early 30s. Once you reach like 35, 40, that's when your health start going down, your mind start going down, your liberal starts going down, like everything starts going down. And then you got to keep on living in this world that's designed to break you. And it's just brutal. After a certain point, it's like, what's the point of even continuing? It's like playing a video game where you get deleted by the enemy and then it says, do you want to continue? And it's like, or do you want to load your last save? And it's like, when it comes to this dimension, I don't want to load no save. I don't want to go to any other dimension that even resembles this. I just want to go to a realm where I can be God, where I can create my own heavens, where I can create my own stars, my own planets, where I can do things without any type of restriction, without restrictions of a physical flesh body, where I can go, if I want to, I can sit down and create a beautiful meadow and sit there for 100 billion years and looking at rabbits and looking at trees and butterflies and do nothing else. Do nothing else, because why am I forced to do things that I don't want? That's a huge red flag. Why do we have to do anything in this world? Why? Because when you're forced to focus on the physical and the spiritual, you're not focused, or you're forced to focus on the physical and not the spiritual, then the demiurge can keep you away from learning about your divine spark. Notice this. Whenever you have a moment of peace, right? You have peace and tranquility. I know it's rare, but every now and then we have it before some hell comes and attacks us, right? Whenever you have that moment of clarity, which is a rarity, and you have that peace, there's always something that comes after it that ruins it. There's always something that comes that ruins your happiness, that breaks you down. There's always something like that that happens every single freaking time, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It happens all the time. And this life has a propensity to put you around people who don't like you. There's people in your own family that got smoked with you for no reason, right? There's people that at your job that don't like you for no reason, simply because they don't like the way that you look like, or they don't like the way that, you walk or talk, or your voice. Like, it's always something minor. It's like these people, these hylics, these beings are placed there to cause as much pain and as much just mental and soul drain as possible. And it's a constant obstacle that we have to overcome, and it's annoying. It's annoying to be in this position where you just feel powerless, man. And people tell you, "Oh, just get a good job and go to school." It's like, come on, bro. You're not taking into account the mental pain and the soul scars that's been embedded in us. This is why I say I wish we can go to a city where people like us who've been, destroyed by life, we can go to our own city and we can police ourselves. We can go to our own city and cut away from the normies and make our own city. We can just have neat apartments, neat housing, I mean, why not? They do it for America's greatest ally. They give them billions of dollars every second, hell, trillions of dollars, but for the American citizens, they don't want to do that. For an American citizen, they don't want to just, like, people like us, like, if they don't want us causing trouble, if they don't want us in their military, they don't want anything to do with us, why not create a small little city for us and let us just go there and let us play our video games all day. Let us, get our government assistance. It's not much, but and let us just get our little EBT, get our food and play our video games and smoke our little Jane or drink our little drink or whatever we do to keep us from staying sane, and just stop us from going ER, so we can just sit there and just stay out the way, and then let the normies, let the Chads, the Chad lights, the Tyrones, let them just go ahead and just be with society. Let them have the 9 to 5s. Let them interact with that social, that social crap, while we can just stay away and do what we really want. I mean, some of us want to do more than just, play video games and watch anime all day, but hell, I think that's better than freaking being a wage servant, and that's better than interacting with normies all day. And a lot of us are not going to be able to live our dreams anyway, so at least we can do is just have peace to play our video games, It's better than, having people forcing you to do things that you don't want every day, and forcing you to be in a trap, and forcing you to be under attack, and forcing you to be destroyed, Like, why do we have to be obligated to be devastated? Why is there an obligation for our irritation? Why do we have to, and we're forced to go to places and be around people who don't like us, and they're trying to make our life a living hell on purpose? Do you think it's an accident that you've been through the things you've been through in life that were designed to make you feel powerless? You think it's an accident that every time you try to talk to a girl, she doesn't want nothing to do with you, and it happens every single time? That's not no accident. You got to notice patterns in people. The first time, it could be an accident. The second time, the third time, it's a pattern. When somebody does something to you 3 times in a row, 3 times or more, that's not an accident. Now they're doing it on purpose. And you have to notice these patterns, and you have to act accordingly, right? So when you notice, like, a friend says something to you that's disrespectful, and you tell them, "Hey, man, don't say that. That's kind of disrespectful," and they just ignore it, okay, maybe they're having a bad day, right? But that third time, it's 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, at the baseball game. It's like, nah, you know what you're doing now, so I have to cut you off forever. This is not an accident. You're trying to break me. You're trying to hurt me. You want me to suffer. So you know what? I'll never be in your life ever again. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to think about me. Don't ask about me. Don't even mention me, because I'm not going to be thinking about you ever. So don't think about me. I won't think about you. We can go our separate ways forever, right? But the world is not easy like that. You can't cut off your job. You need your job. You got to pay bills, So, and that's another thing. It's like, if I had a world, bro, there will be no bills, right? because a lot of these things are arbitrary. They're just designed to lose you. They're just designed to drain your energy. They're just designed to keep people's mind focused. Like look in the background of this video game. We're inside some Umbrella secret facility, some type of classified cloning lab. You think it's just a video game? You don't think that the Illuminati got something like this in real life? The problem is you'll never see it because you got to wake up every day and go to the 9 to 5 and pay bills. Your focus and your prioritization is bills, not going underground and discovering secret laboratories. So that's why a lot of things are secret. Because you gotta think the people who are billionaires and trillionaires and have all this money, they don't work 9 to 5s. They have 24/7 to do whatever they want to do. And some of these beings even have longer lifespans because they're not human. They're humanoids. They look like humans, but they're something totally different. So they don't have an average 100-year lifespan. I mean, look at the Queen of England. They said she passed away, but I bet she's somewhere in her dragon form underground or some secret city they have underground. They have all type of classified installations and sensitive installations and things of that nature, right? So you're not going to see what the elites really do because your mind is focused on getting money and paying bills and making sure you don't snap and go crazy. These people can do whatever. These beings, they can do whatever they want because they run the world. They're not human like you and me. They can literally do whatever they want. They have all the time to do whatever they want, And so they can build a secret base on the moon if they want. No one's going to notice and no one's going to tell. And plus, they swear a security oath as well, right? There's so many things, man, that we don't know about this world. But one thing I know for sure is something is trying its best to make us feel powerless. Something doesn't want us to be happy, right? It doesn't. Something wants us to suffer. And not just suffer. It's one thing about suffering, right? But the way how this world works is not. It's like if you fall behind in this world, let's say you're a certain age and you still don't have your driver's license, that's going to make you feel even more powerless if you're still catching the bus to and from work every single day. And people keep telling you, oh, you got to get a car or you ain't got your license yet. Or you ain't got a job yet. Or you ain't got that license. It's so much freaking pressure. It's so much, man. And then even when you have a job, you could be somewhere full of people. You can be at an event, you can be at a house, you can be at an apartment complex, and you can have people all around you and still feel alone because what you're going through is it's a customizable hell that's designed to break you. It's not designed to break the people around you. It's designed to break you. But sometimes demiurge use the people around you in order to get to you. He will put it in somebody's spirit to attack you in order to get to you so he can loosh. Like I said, man, watch Schizo Dumps. He makes the best videos that I've seen talking about the demiurge and talking about narcissism. He is extremely good and articulate when he describes this stuff. He's like one of my favorite YouTubers right now. Like I'm always watching Schizo Dumps now. You know what I mean? For real, because he understands the conceptualization and the realization and actualization of the demiurge. He understands that this world we live in is a complicated prison. Like in prison, there's certain things in prison that you can get. You can get commissary in prison. You can get honey buns in prison. You can get, certain illicit substances in prison. You can get things in prison, right? So this just because the world has beauty in it doesn't mean that it's not a prison, right? Yeah, you can't be tricked on surface level things. You have to think deeper than that. You have to critically analyze. You have to realize that we're surrounded and we're controlled by a world that thrives on lies and deception. Remember, the first thing of warfare is deception. Somebody will do something to you, somebody will attack you, and then they'll lie and say they didn't do it. That's warfare. They're waging war against you. They know exactly what they did against you, but they have to lie about it because they're too cowardly to face you. They don't want to face, they have enough strength, quote unquote, which is not strength, it's weakness, but they have enough weakness to attack you, but then they don't have enough strength to really face you head on. So if they had enough strength to attack you in the first place, then how come they can't just admit it and say they did it? Because they don't want to face the consequences of their actions because they know their actions is wrong. Because if it wasn't wrong, they'll say, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we all did it. We all are involved. But they're scared because it could be consequences for that. So they want to attack you and not face consequences. So they know what they did to you was wrong. So the demiurge knows what he did to us was wrong. Trapping our souls in this evil, sadistic, twisted realm. It's wrong. It's wrong to take people like us who have a consciousness, who have empathy and compassion and sympathy for people, and to put us in a world where it's merciless, where it's relentless, where there's no mercy, where no one really cares about you, where you're always in conflict. Have you noticed that? Like, you're always fighting somebody. There's people around you now who they can't stand you and you can't stand them. You don't like them and they don't like you. And the funny thing about it is you didn't even start it with them. You didn't do nothing to them. They started it with you. They tried to attack you first and you just defended yourself because it's like, why are you attacking me? I don't know who you are. Who are you? Or if you do know the person, it's like, you know, they still attack you. So it goes to show you that these are agents of the demiurge. They're being used by the evil spirits to try to attack greater spirits. Basically, they're parasites, basically. And this world is filled with parasites that are designed to make you feel powerless. There are spiritual parasites, there's mental parasites, there's physical parasites, which is crazy to me now. You tell me an all-loving God's going to create a parasite that goes like, what God would create a parasite? Have you seen those parasites that come out of insects' eyeballs and they come out of frogs? And have you guys seen that one video on YouTube where that big old bear has like a 10-foot parasite coming out of its behind? That was disgusting. It left some stuff you see in Resident Evil. And that's just what a natural creator would make. That's not a natural creator. That's the demiurge from Gnosticism. That's the evil God. No loving God will create a world like this when you suffer perpetually. When you're always suffering, you're suffering mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You see a girl that you want, but she don't want nothing to do with you. You know, that's brutal. It's brutal, right? It's absolutely brutal. Like, it just never ends, man. And it's one of those things where you wish that life was different. You wish that you had power. It's why that it's a lot of us gravitate towards, powerful men. Like we watch men of old, like the Führer, and we watch them give speeches, and we like, damn, I wish that I can be in that position where people respect me in a way where they're not trying to disrespect me every chance they can, by doing little wicked things to try to attack me, by doing this, that, and the third. I wish I can command an army like Alexander the Great. I wish I can be a great and powerful man. I wish I could have something, because I feel powerless at times because somebody disrespects me and you want to fist fight. But then if you fist fight, you want to face legal ramifications. And if you face those legal ramifications, you may go to prison, you may go to jail, your life may get worse than what it already is. And if that happens, it's like, damn, like, do you feel like going to prison or going to jail where you're forced to fight every single second over just somebody who is disrespecting you? And it's like, so you have to swallow your quote unquote pride, as they say, which I don't like. I don't know. I just feel like that's just nature. If you go up to a lion and hit it, it's going to attack you. But when humans do that, if somebody comes to you in real life, and especially, I had somebody that it's like last year though, when I had my other channel, somebody was telling me about how they live in Canada, and how like in Canada, if you so much as like use a feather to attack a home intruder, you can be prosecuted. And I thought it was funny. I thought it was a joke. He's like, yeah, somebody comes in like in your house in Canada, and if you hit them with a pillow, they can sue you. And I'm like, what? I didn't believe it, but I was looking up online, and it's pretty much basically true. And it's like, okay, that's them training their citizens to be powerless and defenseless. And how can we feel powerful when you have like police and stuff like that running around the city? And sometimes they target the citizens. The police are not there to protect you. They're there to protect the Illuminati business interests, to make sure that you don't overthrow the system. The first line of defense for the Illuminati powers is the police. Then it starts escalating from there. Right? And you think the police are there to protect you? No, they're there to protect the billionaires. That's why Epstein and them never get caught. They do the most horrendous evil acts, and they don't get in trouble by the police. They say no one's above the law, not even the president. Well, I guess the last few years proved that to be wrong. Every year, I'm not political because I don't believe in no right or no left, because at the same thing, they both serve America's greatest ally. They both serve that. An eagle can't fly with one wing. It needs two wings to fly. You need the right wing and the left wing to fly. So if you think it's just the right versus the left, that's just the demiurge, and that's just the powers that be getting people to fight against each other among political lines. Meanwhile, behind scenes, they're all doing evil satanic rituals together. They're doing evil rituals together that you can't even imagine the sickness. You can't even imagine the wickedness, because you're not supposed to imagine it. You're supposed to wake up every day, go to the 9 to 5, go to your job, and your job is really just a loose energy place. That's what a job really is. It's a place to harvest your energy. Every single day you got to go there. You got to spend a certain amount of time every single day to please the demiurge so you can get your loosh. Then you go home, take a shower, get something to eat, relax a little bit, rinse and repeat. You're back there. You're back there first day, first thing in the morning. You're back there. There's no time to rest really. And you do that from Monday to Friday. Hell, some people Monday through Sunday. And you just hope that this misery can end, but it's not going to ever end. And then you see people like, Corey Kenshin or people like that complain, about being depressed or they can't make YouTube videos. And like, bro, you're a millionaire. You get paid millions to do whatever you want. What are you complaining about? You will never survive a day in my shoes.